Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading. This is your bonus May 2021 reading. I should say, one of my favorite people of all time, Greg Braden, says, when your head and your heart become one, you can move mountains. So we're going to take a look at your head. We're going to take a look in this next row at your heart. And in your last row, we're going to take a look at how you can smash those two things together so that you can move any mountains in your life. Again, mountains could be challenges, but they don't have to be challenges. They could be goals or achievements, things that you're trying to accomplish in your life, whatever you want to call it. So that's what we're going to do. Let me know what you think of the spread down below as well, Taurus. But Taurus, let's see. What is going on for you here. Feel free to watch your sun, moon, and rising as well with this one to get a full picture of what is going on for you. Taurus. Here in the area of your head, Taurus, you have the Nightingale spirit. This card says love is all around. So I feel if you're looking for love, there's clearly love. Even over here in the area of your head and your heart coming into alignment, you have the Two of Cups, which would be love coming in for you. So if you're looking for love, this looks pretty good. And you have the Queen of Cups here as well. If you don't want love, I would say that this is your inner voice. And one of the other decks I have, I think it's the Colette Baron Reed Animal Oracle one, Wisdom of the Animal Oracle, or whatever it's called. The Nightingale spirit says something about your voice or using your voice, and I kind of am getting that here. There's even like a trumpet, or there's like a horn there, Taurus, and there's something that I feel you need to let out, and it's like your head, that's your current headspace, is needing to kind of sing your own song, needing to let something out. You have the Four of Swords, Seven of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. Too many worries, too many fears here in this situation. I feel for some of you, the Seven of Swords is fears. Again, the Seven of Swords can be lying, cheating, stealing. But again, this reading isn't about lying, cheating, stealing. It's about your head and your heart and how to make them one, right, Taurus? But so it really doesn't make sense to talk about lying, cheating, stealing on this card. Some of you definitely could be dealing with that situation. I feel like this is more talking about fears. Seven of Swords is kind of like the fear of being hurt or injured, or the fear of something not going your way. Normally, on a traditional Seven of Swords, there's like the guy, he's trying to steal these seven swords from an army that's in the background of the card. And so for you on a personal level, as far as your head is concerned, it can say that before you do things that you want to accomplish or do, or any mountains you want to move, this is saying that you could be trying to protect yourself too much, which is impossible. You can't protect yourself from absolutely everything that could potentially go wrong, right? So it's kind of like a card that says, no matter what, you can't protect yourself from everything. What does the Seven of Swords, what does the guy on the Seven of Swords need to do? He needs to do two things. Number one, he has polka dots on his shirt, which represent needing to not take things too seriously. So don't take things too seriously. Number two, he also needs to pay attention to what's in front of him. He's looking behind him because there are two swords that he can't pick up, right? And so on some decks, like he's about to step into a trap. So he needs to keep his eye on the prize. He needs to stay focused, is what the Seven of Swords says, and he needs to not take things so seriously in life, right? So, that's what I'd say there. If you're going to leave me a comment, every time I say this, I always get a comment of somebody telling me how serious life is, and whoever that person is, and every once in a while I get one of those comments. If you are that person, you need to stop taking things so seriously the most if you're going to leave a comment like that, because clearly you're I don't know, whatever, but don't take life so seriously, right? Eight of Cups is saying walk away from things that no longer serve you. So I feel for some of you, it's kind of like you're trying to walk away from things that no longer serve you with this Seven of Swords. That Four of Swords, I feel, is kind of like saying that, the Four of Swords is a card of rest, relaxing, recovering. I do feel that if you need time to rest, relax, recover, that would be a very good thing for your head in this row. But let's clarify. You have the Sun. Keep your eye on the prize. Sun is a card of focus and focusing on things you want. You have the Five of Cups, disappointments. But again, another card where it's kind of like a card of needing to not take things so seriously. And the Nine of Cups, yep, you're walking towards the Nine of Cups. The Eight of Cups, I always say that I like the Eight of Cups because the Eight of Cups represents walking towards the Nine of Cups. It's like, yes, the Eight of Cups is a little uncertain. It's a little bit scary. He's not sure typically what he's walking towards. He's walking into darkness on the Eight of Cups, but he's walking towards contentment and happiness. He's walking towards the Nine of Cups. So I feel like your head, it's like you have these wishes, you have these things that you want to accomplish. You even have the Star in the Seven of Cups here. It's interesting that this Seven of Cups, it's like she's pointing to these stars here, or to a star. So it's like there's one thing that you really, really want to accomplish. Two sevens, by the way. Two sevens is my combination of internal fears that don't exist. So let go of your fears. For some of you, I feel like this reading is just saying, to be able to move mountains, you need to not sell yourself short, because you have the sun. The sun is like one thing that you want to accomplish in your life. The Seven of Cups is like, yeah, but is like negative self-talk, thinking like, oh, I don't deserve it because of this cup over here. Also, it's going to make my aunt twice removed angry because she doesn't like the fact that I want to accomplish this goal. So that's like another cup over here. What will my parents think over here? And like all these things, right? Seven of Cups says, stop. Don't care what other people think. Don't care about about anything else that's going on, right? Just stay focused on exactly what you want. You know you deserve something, and this is saying don't sell yourself short. That's really what this reading is saying, I feel, here, Taurus. Next, you have the Exchange Gifts card. This is coming up in the area of your heart. The Exchange Gifts card is kind of like a card of receiving gifts as well, but I also feel this could be talking about kind of the amount that your heart gives to something. You have the Three of Swords here. And it's like he's been shot in the heart with arrows on this card here, Taurus. I almost get the sense that you are just, I think you're too used to heavily investing in things that you want to see be successful. You are too you over invest in mountains that you're trying to climb, right? Or that you're trying to move out of your way, things that you're trying to accomplish. It's almost like you give too much. And it doesn't, this, by the way, Taurus, I do not think this row is saying that you shouldn't give as much as you give. I feel like it's saying you need to learn to give in balance is what this is saying. You need to learn to give a little, get a little, give a little, get a little, give a little bit more, get a little bit more, and then so on, like until you climb the mountain or accomplish whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. You have the Star, the Seven of Cups, and the Three of Swords. Even though you've been through these disappointments with the Three of Swords, you still have hope. You go from the sun to the star. It's like the biggest star that is the closest to us, and then something much more distant, something much more far away. So I feel that for some of you, something that you've wanted to achieve for a very long time in your life, it's like it's starting to dim, which is a little bit scary. I'm not gonna lie, because you go from the sun to the star. Much better card. Not that there's anything wrong with the star, but I feel like your heart is like seeing it starting to dim a little bit, if I'm being honest with you here. And the Seven of Swords is like saying don't lose focus. I mean, the Seven of Cups, I feel like it's saying don't lose focus on your thing that you really want to create in your life, or on the mountain that you want to achieve, whatever it is you want to achieve. I feel like it's saying do not lose focus on that. Keep, stay focused and keep thinking about it as well. Definitely an element of getting plenty of rest here. Four of Swords, the Star. Like I said, these are cards of like needing to make sure you're healing yourself, taking care of yourself, all that other good stuff. Yep, Chariot. Are you kidding me? Chariot is as above, so below. The Star is also as above, so below. So there is definitely a victory coming in for you here, Taurus. The King of Cups as well, and the Temperance card as well. You could easily turn this heartbreak around. How funny is it that I was saying balance, like give a little, get a little, right? Temperance is a card of balance. I feel that in your giving, whatever it is that you give to, your heart is saying that it wants you to learn to give in balance. And that's how you will move mountains in this last row, is by giving a little, getting a little, giving a little, getting a little, and then in building it up, right? And doing it in balance. I have done 4 of these so far, this spread, and almost every single person has had the King of Cups. The King of Cups is kind of a card that does say there's a lot going on in the world right now. Obviously, there's choppy waters all around him on the King of Cups. And this represents the fact that there will always be BS going on in the world, right? But he is sitting there and he's perfectly calm, cool, and collected. And he is not freaking out, right? He is kind of like maintaining his emotional state. So I feel if you can do that, then you will be able to move mountains. The Chariot is kind of like another card. Again, these readings, it's kind of interesting doing new spreads like this, because it kind of like allows me to see something that could be going on in the collective energy, for example. And what has come up in almost every single reading is that there could be kind of like energies that are kind of like saying, just allow the universe to guide you. The Chariot says that here, Taurus. The Chariot is kind of like saying that you need to just allow the universe to guide you. If I can get this to focus here, Taurus. He has these two sphinxes here. And those two sphinxes, they're not even like connected to the Chariot. There are no rein. He's not holding on to reins on the traditional Rider-Waite deck. And it kind of like says, like, and he's moving away from a city. And it kind of says, like, the universe is guiding you away from something that you have known for a very long period of time. It's guiding you on this new beginning or some sort of new area of your life. But I do feel like there's like a victory coming in for you here, Taurus. I love it. Next in your last row here, you have the Page of Swords. And again, we are going to be looking at how you can mix these two things together so that you can move mountains, like I said. So the Page of Swords is a card of curiosity, needing to be curious. I do feel you need to invest in things that make you curious or that make you excited. And with the Page of Swords, you know, I always look at the Page of Swords as like a detective, like looking into things, exploring things. Yeah, and you have the Page of Wands as well. So, I'm sorry, this is the Knight of Wands right here. So again, the Knight of Wands is a card of excitement, adventure, being spontaneous. I feel like if you can be spontaneous, that would be a very good energy for you as well. It does seem like you're moving away from fixed energy. I mean, I know you're a fixed sign, but it's almost like the universe is teaching you how to get away from that, like how to get away from thinking or being fixed with this energy. You have the Queen of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups here. So for those of you who are hoping to, if you're a mountain, the thing that you're trying to conquer or overcome or accomplish, if it's love, I do feel there could be love coming in for you here with this energy. The Two of Cups really asks you to make your head and your heart one. The Two of Cups, it's a connection between you and your higher self, right? So for you to make your head and your heart one, to move mountains, this is definitely saying tap into your higher self. That's probably why we have the Four of Swords here and the Star as well. You know, these are cards of meditating, resting, relaxing, recovering, having faith, all this other stuff, right? And so these are cards of, by doing that, you're probably more tapping into that like spiritual energy or tapping into your higher self, which will help guide you. The Queen of Cups here, again, if you're looking for love, could be divine counterparts. King and Queen of Cups here, could be any sign that's coming in for you. Just, they're showing up as water, but it doesn't have to be a water sign, Taurus. Could be any sign at all. But I definitely feel there could be love coming in for you with those two cards. The King of Pentacles, I feel, is kind of like saying focus on stability. It's almost like it's asking you to focus on building a solid foundation. So I feel for you to make your head and your heart become one, or to make your head and your heart become one, you need to focus on kind of like some sort of foundation that you're building with that King of Pentacles. So it's like if you're building a business, I feel like you need to focus on the foundational information that you need to be successful. Same thing in love as well. I feel like it's saying the basics, the simple stuff is what's going to make you successful. Too much distraction here. You know, 2 sevens. I am distracted by these 2 sevens in your reading. It's like distracting me is the best way I could, that's like the best way I could describe the energy here, Taurus. I feel distracted by those cards. So I feel like this is almost like saying that by focusing on the foundational things, and focusing on the basics of whatever it is you're doing, that is really going to make you very successful, and it's going to make you move mountains, like I said. And sometimes I do think we overcomplicate things. It's like I tell a story all the time. I've worked with a ton of businesses in my day, and I've noticed all the time how the businesses that are super successful are all super simple. They're not overcomplicated. Anytime I've like worked with a business where it's like the owner or whatever is running around like a chicken with their head cut off, always freaking out, always having all these crazy systems in place and all that other stuff, those people never successful, right? So it's like literally just saying keep it simple. You know what, I'm not going to call you stupid because you're not stupid, but keep it simple right here, Taurus, is what I'm going to say to you. Let's dig into this last row and see what else is going on here. 2 wands here, the King of Wands as well. And the Knight of Cups definitely could be love coming in for you once you get into alignment here, Taurus. So I feel that. For some of you, I feel this is more of that kind of like boss energy. I feel that putting all 3 of these cards together, the 2 wands, King of Wands, Knight of Cups, here in this row, I feel like it's saying when you step into that like boss energy, then I feel like you are going to move mountains very quickly, because it's like I get this more like selling yourself short type of energy over here. And it's almost like once you just step into the energy, once you just make something happen, just do it. I know that's easier said than done, but once you step into that energy, I feel like you will be very successful. I feel like it would be a good, exercise practice for you here would be to kind of look at people who are successful doing what you want to do, whether it's love, business, money, whatever. And I'm not saying that you should copy these people, but I do feel like mimicking them, kind of learning from them, if that makes sense, learning their energy, learning how the energy they give off. That would make you very successful at this time with this last row. Again, there's a difference between copying and kind of learning the energy, right? And that's what I feel like you're doing here. It's like successful people give off a certain vibe, give off a certain energy. If you could do that, then you will be successful. And so I do kind of get like a little bit of a, more fake it till you make it vibe here, even though you're not faking it. You're making it. But like I said, I feel kind of like doing what you need to do to be successful would be a good idea. But I love this reading for you here, Taurus. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Definitely let me know what you think of this type of reading as well down below. But thank you, Taurus, and definitely enjoy the rest of your month.